Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling unshakable. No anger, no fear, no anxiety. Just calm, focus, control. What if I told you that this kind of mindset isn't a myth? It's a skill taught by warriors, emperors, and philosophers for over 2,000 years. A skill that made Marcus Aurelius the calmest ruler in history and Epictetus, a man born a slave, mentally freer than most kings. This is not motivation fluff. This is ancient Stoic wisdom, and it might just be the answer to your chaotic, overstimulated modern life. If you're tired of feeling overwhelmed, if you're ready to take back your peace, then lean in. Because today, we're unpacking the Stoic mindset, how to master yourself and stay unbreakable. INTRO, set the tone. Welcome back to the channel where we bring timeless wisdom into the modern world. In this video, we're diving deep into Stoicism, not as some old, dusty philosophy, but as a blueprint for mental toughness and emotional freedom. In a world filled with noise, comparison, and instant gratification, Stoicism gives you clarity. It strips away the clutter, the ego, the excuses, and leaves you with just one truth. You are in control of how you respond to life. And in mastering that, you master everything. So whether you're chasing discipline, emotional control, or inner peace, by the end of this video, you'll have the Stoic tools to make that transformation real. What is the Stoic mindset? Let's start with a simple question. What is the Stoic mindset? It's not about being emotionless or cold. That's a common misconception. The Stoic mindset is about recognizing what you can control and what you can't. It's about focusing your energy on your own thoughts, actions, and character, instead of wasting it on the chaos of the outside world. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his journal, now known as Meditations, that we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. The Stoic mindset trains you to let go of external outcomes and to take full responsibility for your internal world. This mindset is built on 4 key virtues. Wisdom, seeing things clearly and acting accordingly. Courage, doing what is right, even when it's difficult. Temperance, practicing self-control and moderation. Justice, treating others with fairness and integrity. Think of the Stoic mindset as mental armor. It's not flashy, but it's strong, and it allows you to walk through the fire of life untouched. Rule number 1. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. The foundation of Stoicism lies in one simple rule. Separate what's in your control from what's not. You don't control the economy. You don't control how people treat you. You don't control the weather, the traffic, or even the news. But you do control your reaction, your choices, your habits, your discipline. Epictetus, a Stoic who lived as a slave, once said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." Once you accept this, stress fades. You stop trying to fix everything. You stop chasing validation. And instead, you focus on mastering your response, which is all you ever had control over anyway. This rule alone can transform your entire life. Rule number 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. Modern life is built around comfort. Fast food, streaming, heated rooms. But the Stoics believed comfort is a trap. It makes you weak, dependent, soft. Seneca, a wealthy Roman Stoic, regularly slept on the floor, fasted, and wore rough clothes. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to train his mind. He wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" Voluntary discomfort isn't about suffering. It's about practicing resilience, so that when real discomfort hits, you're already prepared. The Stoic mindset doesn't run from hard things. It walks straight into them. Rule number 3. Negative visualization. Train for the worst. This one sounds depressing, but it's powerful. Negative visualization is the practice of imagining the worst-case scenario, not to panic, but to prepare. Imagine losing your job. Imagine a relationship ending. Imagine getting sick. Not to live in fear, but to wake up to what you have, to appreciate it more, and to stay calm if it ever disappears. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It's mental weightlifting, and it builds a kind of quiet confidence that nothing can shake. Negative visualization, though counterintuitive in today's hyper-optimistic culture, is one of the most powerful mental disciplines you can develop, because it prepares you not just to survive hardship, but to endure it with strength and clarity. Rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy, this practice involves deliberately imagining worst-case scenarios, not to attract negativity, but to build resilience against it. When you train your mind to consider loss, failure, rejection, or even death, you're not being pessimistic. You're building psychological armor. You're stripping away the illusion that life owes you comfort, or that things will always go your way. Instead, you face the fragility of life head-on, and in doing so, you sharpen your appreciation for what you have, while simultaneously weakening your fear of losing it. It's not about obsessing over doom, but about rehearsing adversity so that if, and when, it comes, you don't break. You've already been there in your mind. You've tasted the fall, and you've trained yourself not to panic. This mental rehearsal gives you the emotional flexibility to adapt, the patience to endure suffering, and the clarity to act when others freeze. It teaches you that pain is survivable, that failure is a teacher, and that true security lies in your ability to respond, not in the illusion of control. Athletes train in the rain, soldiers train under fire, and the Stoic trains in hardship, even if only through thought, because they understand that toughness is built in the shadows, not the spotlight. While others are caught off guard by life's inevitable storms, the practitioner of negative visualization meets them like an old opponent, braced, steady, and mentally rehearsed. You begin to detach from entitlement and lean into gratitude, knowing everything can be taken from you in an instant. You become more appreciative of health, time, relationships, and even the smallest pleasures, because you've contemplated their absence. And when suffering does arrive, you suffer less, not because it's easier, but because you're not shocked by it. You've trained for it. This mindset doesn't make life darker. It makes your spirit brighter, more grounded, and harder to shake. By envisioning the worst, you don't invite fear. You eliminate it. You free yourself from the paralysis of what if, and move through the world with the quiet confidence of someone who has already faced their demons in the mirror. So while others chase comfort, train for the worst, not to attract it, but to transcend it. That's not negativity, it's mastery. Rule number 4. Amor fati, love your fate. Amor fati means love of fate. It's one of the most misunderstood and most powerful Stoic ideas. It's not just about accepting life. It's about embracing it, even the ugly parts. Did you lose something? Did someone betray you? Did plans fall apart? Good. Learn from it. Grow through it. Use it. Marcus Aurelius said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." The Stoic mindset turns obstacles into fuel, pain into power, setbacks into stepping stones. Rule number 5. Silence is strength. Don't explain yourself to people who don't understand your mission. Don't waste your time arguing with critics. Build, improve, grow. Let your results speak louder than your words. In a world that constantly demands our opinions, reactions, and noise, silence has become one of the rarest and most misunderstood forms of strength. It is often mistaken for weakness, passivity, or indecision, but in truth, Silence reflects deep inner power, discipline, and control. Choosing silence in the face of provocation, chaos, or conflict isn't an act of cowardice. It is the mark of someone who refuses to be ruled by impulse or emotion. The Stoics, ancient masters of emotional discipline, taught that wisdom begins with restraint, and silence is the gateway to that wisdom. When you're silent, you are listening, observing, and understanding what others miss in their rush to speak. In silence, you reclaim control over your thoughts, actions, and emotions instead of reacting blindly to every external trigger. It teaches patience, builds mental clarity, and creates a calm space where you can assess your values and make decisions rooted in reason, not ego. Moreover, silence disarms those who thrive on conflict, because there's nothing more unsettling to the loud and aggressive than someone who responds with calm stillness. In a world where everyone is trying to be heard, the one who listens gains the most insight and influence. Silence gives you the upper hand, not because you have nothing to say, but because you're strong enough to wait for the right moment to say it. It's a form of self-respect, an act of emotional maturity, and a tool of resilience. Power isn't always loud, and real confidence doesn't need validation through endless words. The loudest person in the room is rarely the wisest. The one who speaks less often leaves the deepest impact. By embracing silence, you learn to conserve your energy, maintain your dignity, and let your actions, not your voice, speak for your character. In relationships, silence can de-escalate conflict. In leadership, it can project authority. In reflection, it can ignite personal growth. It is a discipline that creates room for introspection, allowing you to master yourself before attempting to master the world. In a culture of noise, choosing silence is an act of rebellion, and one of the purest displays of inner strength. Rule number 6, memento mori. Remember you will die. It sounds dark, but it's freeing. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves of death, not to be morbid, but to live better. Memento mori means remember you must die. It reminds you that time is short, that you don't have forever, that your life is happening right now. When you carry this truth with you, you stop wasting time. You stop holding grudges. You stop chasing things that don't matter. You start living with urgency, with purpose, with clarity. The Stoic mindset is built on this urgency. Not fear of death, but fuel from it. Rule number 7. Your character is your currency. Money fades. Looks fade. Fame fades. But your character stays. For the Stoics, wealth wasn't measured in coins or possessions. It was measured in virtue. Marcus Aurelius had unimaginable power, yet he constantly asked himself, am I being just? Am I being kind? Am I using my time wisely? In the end, all that matters is who you became, not what you owned. The Stoic mindset puts character first, because no one can take that from you. In a world where wealth, status, and image are often mistaken for value, the truth remains that your greatest asset is, and always will be, your character. Unlike money, titles, or possessions, character can't be bought, faked, or taken from you. It's built through the choices you make when no one is watching, and it defines how people trust, respect, and remember you. Character is your moral backbone, the invisible currency that buys you credibility in a world full of shallow impressions. It speaks louder than any resume or social media profile ever could, and it follows you into every room, every relationship, and every opportunity. When times get tough or when everything you own can be lost overnight, it is your character that keeps you standing, that earns you second chances, and that attracts the kind of people and opportunities that fleeting success never could. People may forget what you said or did, but they never forget how your integrity, or lack of it, made them feel. In business, a reputation for honesty and reliability is worth more than any deal closed through manipulation. In relationships, trust built on consistent character outlasts charm or attraction. Character determines how you treat people who can do nothing for you, how you carry yourself when no one's clapping, and whether your word means something or nothing at all. It shapes your legacy, and it quietly builds your influence over time. Even when the world tempts you to cut corners, play games, or sell your soul for short-term gain, character is what reminds you that real wealth lies in doing the right thing, especially when it's hard. It's your internal compass when everything around you is uncertain or chaotic. People are drawn to those who live with conviction, humility, and principle, not because it's flashy, but because it's rare and trustworthy. And just like currency, the stronger your character, the more valuable your presence becomes in any room. The returns may not be instant, but they are exponential, showing up as deep relationships, solid reputations, and peace of mind that no amount of money can buy. You might not always win the fastest, but you'll endure the longest. In the end, what separates the truly powerful from the temporarily successful is not the size of their bank account, but the strength of their soul. When everything else fades, your character remains, and that makes it the most important currency you'll ever own. So let's bring it all together. The Stoic mindset is not about being cold. It's about being clear. It's not about suppressing emotion. It's about mastering it. It's not about rejecting wealth or success. It's about not being enslaved by them. In a world that rewards noise, Stoicism teaches silence. In a culture that glorifies consumption, Stoicism preaches discipline. In a life filled with chaos, Stoicism offers calm. If you want to become unshakable, not just motivated for a moment, but disciplined for a lifetime, then practice these 7 rules. Daily, quietly, powerfully. If this message hit home, consider subscribing. This channel is all about real growth, not quick hacks, but timeless strategies. Share this with someone who needs it, and let us know in the comments. Which Stoic rule are you going to apply first? And remember, the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more wisdom. Be that wisdom